Hey, what up, y'all? Hey, I'm sitting up here with my auntie. I'm spending time with my aunt. I spent the day with my auntie. This is my grandmother's youngest sister, my aunt Macy. And so my aunt Macy, I remember her telling my grandmama that you remember I had that Superman cape on. I thought I was gonna have to jump off something. And you told me I need to go somewhere and sit down. Said, baby, you might need to go get him checked, cause he really think he can fly with that Superman cape. So this is my grandmama. My grandmother's baby sister, my aunt Macy, is 80 years old. Now you said what was my favorite word when I was a little boy, and what happened?
You wanted to go to the fair with a ride on all the rides.
We were passed by the fairground, and ends I would be sitting in the back seat. My grandma would be driving.
And you said, Mama T, I want to go over there to the fair park. She said, no, we can't go over there today. And you say, shit.
And what y'all doing, Macy?
Just fell out laughing at you.
Oh, boy. And my great-grandma was in the front seat, Big Mama.
Uh-huh.
And when she was laughing?
Uh-huh. All of us just fell out.
Did I get a whooping?
No, but Val said she still remember you. Say, Rickey say, shit.
I've been laughing at my auntie all day. All right, y'all have a good day.
Y'all feeling all right? Y'all looking good, smelling good?
Here in the news, it was one spooky kind of week on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Things started off with unexpected visitors paying the radio host and comedian a surprise visit.
Get the fuck. Hey, get another goddamn squirrel. Look at this shit.
Earlier this week, Smiley broke his silence and began to speak about the animals in his home.
Walked through the damn garage, and I said, damn, what's going on? Nigga, let me show you this. I come in the garage, big ass snake right there. The snake done got stuck on the little sticky thing right there. Now, I go out in the backyard, it's a frog, a big ass bullfrog. This is a lesbian stud frog. The frog titties was...
Things got so bad inside the home, Smiley found him another place to sleep for the night.
We thank the Lord for this beautiful day. I kicked it, relaxed, and I hope everybody have a great night. See you tomorrow.
This is still a developing story. Switching gears here to other news. News commentator Van Jones caught up with Smiley earlier this week and revealed some shocking news about the artist formerly known as Prince.
You may not know this, and we don't put it on my resume, but I spent the last 6-7 years of Prince's life helping Prince, the beloved late rock star, with his philanthropy. And one of the favorite things, you may know this, that he loved to do was to watch you. And we would sit up in Paisley Park and watch you. And he would stop the YouTube and get up and act out what you were gonna do next. Yeah.
Also here tonight, did Smiley's lovable grandson Grayson bust somebody in the mouth, then spilled the tea?
What did you do when he hit you in your back?
I hit him last time. And
what did you hit him?
What do you call it? In the mouth. Boink, boink.
And Miss Janie, the woman heard laughing on Bernice Jenkins' church announcements, donated her panties to a karaoke night singer at the Stardome.
Talk to him.
And lastly, the show's special case here with his prediction on what will happen to Smiley in the year of 2044.
81-year-old comedian and recently retired radio host Rickey Smiley was discovered in his Birmingham home by his longtime friend, Barefoot White Bobby. He was deceased.
Wow.
The beloved radio host was found in his bedroom on the floor, smothered under a pile of 650 chipmunks, all thought to be descendants of the ones that he had viciously assassinated back in 2020.
That's why my
Apparently they had all gathered.
That's why my ass slept on that couch last night. You believe?
Apparently they had all been gathering for years, waiting to get their revenge on the former radio host and former host of BET Comic View and star of the movie Friday After Next.
For these stories, the full show, and visuals, be sure to stay here connected with us on Rickey Smiley's YouTube at Rickey Smiley Official. For now, the news desk, I'm Twan the Don with Twan 360's breaking news.
Twan 360, got what you need.
Oh, man. Rance Allen, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Rest in peace. Pastor Haynes, when the last time you heard that one?
Oh, man, Rickey Smiley, that's been a minute, man. Thank you for sharing that.
Yes, sir. Thank you for joining us early this morning, man. We definitely going to miss Rance Allen, and I know you got a good word for that song.
Oh, thank you so much, Rickey, because this man was something else. He was something special. He was referred to as the father of contemporary gospel music because of his innovative style. And so I offer this tribute to Rance Allen, the late, great Bishop Rance Allen, for showing us that you don't have to limit what you do to what others have done. God can use you to step out of the box of what is the status quo to do something that opens the door to a brand new era. That's exactly what Rance Allen did, because all of us have a calling upon our life, a purpose to fulfill. And when you fulfill that purpose, what you do may not be like what other people do. As a matter of fact, never allow what other people do or allow other people to draw up a job description for your purpose, because what God has for you is for you. What God has designed for you has your name on it. When God creates us, God does not create us in a cookie-cutter fashion, but God does it in such a way that I am unique, you are unique, and all of us have different fingerprints. So never, ever allow what someone else has done or what someone else describes to determine what it is you can be and what it is you can do. And then this song lets us know right here, Rickey, when we live our lives to fulfill the potential that God has placed in all of us, the good news is when we die, we ain't dead. The good news is there is a heaven beyond earth. And so here's what you do. spend your life doing the best you can with what God has given you to be all that you can be. And the good news is, when this life is over, Rance Allen has already discovered, he sang about it well, and that is, there is a heaven beyond earth, and the heaven beyond earth is greater than anything that we've experienced on earth. Why? Because the good news is, if you live life right, there is life after death that death cannot put out. So when you die, you're not dead. So keep on living, doing the best you can with what God has given you, and you'll discover that beyond this life, there is a better life. I love it. It's called heaven. I ain't been to Switzerland either, but the good news is, I believe it's there. I believe it's there because of the witnesses of those who are already there or have been there. I ain't never been to heaven, but guess what? I believe it's there because the Bible lets me know that it's there, and it gives me a hope beyond this life that there is indeed a better life. Long live the legacy of the late, great Rance Allen.
There it is, Pastor Haynes. Hey, appreciate that, Pastor Haynes. Let everybody know how you can be reached.
Hey, thank you, Rickey Smiley. You can follow me on social media. I'm on Instagram and Twitter at FH Unscripted. I'm on Facebook, Frederick D. Haynes, and my YouTube channel has my sermons on there, Frederick Haynes.
There it is, y'all, the senior pastor of Friendship West Missionary Baptist Church, Dallas, Texas. Love you, Pastor Haynes.
Love you, Ricky. Have a great day.
You too. This segment is being brought to you by Track Phone. Straight Talk Wireless New Platinum Unlimited plan includes phone protection, just $65 a month, or an unlimited talk, text, data, and more. See mobile protect terms and conditions at Austrian. Oh, Jesus. Too early for this. ASURION. Assyrian.com/straight talk. Assyrian.com/straight talk. Limitations and exclusions apply. All right, y'all got your front page coming up next.
News headlines, entertainment, sports. It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, Rickey Smiley Morning Show, 12 minutes after the hour. Y'all got your front page. Eva, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, everyone, and happy Monday. I'm your girl, Eva Marcel, here with a quick look at the front page news. So tomorrow is Election Day, everyone, and more than 93 million people have already voted. President Trump will be visiting 5 states today, and former Vice President Joe Biden will be campaigning in 2. Both visited Pennsylvania, where the biggest fight for votes will take place. Yesterday, Trump threatened legal battles over votes there, saying that his campaign will be suing as soon as the polls close. Meanwhile, there are over 100,000 coronavirus cases reported in just one day this past weekend. Now, that's the largest number to date in the U.S. And in related news, Trump suggested yesterday that he will fire top infectious disease expert Dr. Anthony Fauci after the election. And a reminder that signups for the Affordable Care Act, also known as Obamacare, began yesterday, everyone. Premiums for 2021 are lower, and you have from now until December the 15th to sign up. Go to healthcare.gov for more information. All right, I'm your girl, Eva Marcel. Now is a quick look at your front page news. For more, log on to the RickeySmileyMorningShow.com. Rock teasy, oh sheezy. What's going down in sports?
Let's hop around the NFL, Eva. Sunday Night Football last night. The Dallas Cowboys lose again. Ladies and gentlemen, Philadelphia beat them. They are 2-6 now. New England Patriots lost. That means that's 4 losses in a row for the Patriots. Quarterback Cam Newton had a crucial fumble late in the game. Expect him to move to the bench and be replaced, in my opinion. The Rams, they lose to the Miami Dolphins. That's good. Why? Because Tua Tagovailoa is the quarterback of the Miami Dolphins' first career NFL start. Now, he didn't have a crazy stats, but he controlled the game, did enough to get the victory. Miami played great defense. Big up to the Dolphins right there. Pittsburgh beat Baltimore. That was a dog fight, as always, when both of them two teams play. Pittsburgh is 6-0. If I'm not mistaken, they're the only undefeated team left in the NFL. And what's up with the Cincinnati Bengals beating Tennessee? Yo, quarterback Joe Burrow, he going to be a star in this league. He for real. Quarterback Joe Burrow out of LSU is the real deal. And the Chicago Bears lose to the New Orleans Saints. Listen, like I said the other day, I'm not convinced on the Bears yet. Their offense is very sluggish. So, I mean, I know defense wins championships, but something got to happen with that offense for them to pick up and start winning again. Last but not least, former NBA great Sean Kemp admits that he smoked marijuana during his NBA career, and he says he has no regrets because it's way safer than taking pain pills. That's what I got in sports right now. Gary with the T. What you got there, pimpin'?
All right, y'all. Everybody's talking about it. A lot of people are happy. Some are sad, y'all. But I'm going to tell y'all that there is no trouble in paradise between Tiffany Haddish and Carmen. Now, following reports saying that they had ended their romantic relationship, they're saying, y'all, that the lovebirds appeared to debunk the rumors with a loving exchange during the Instagram Live. Now, they're saying that the twosome went on a joint Instagram Live on Friday, y'all, where they asked about a woman, who said she had a crush on the rapper. Now, that prompted Tiffany to tell her boyfriend, you better tell her you're spoken for. And then Carmen replied, I did, with a flashy smile, y'all. So that is so wonderful. They're back together. Some people say they never even broke up, but I'm just really tired of that couple because it's just too much every day, y'all. They just, it's too much. But anyway, we're going to keep them lifted. All right, the color today is one of my favorite fall colors. My color today, y'all, is houndstooth. On the high end, you say houndstooth, and on the low, you say beautiful pink and white. That's your color for the day. Brad, what's up next in the hot spot?
Well, coming up next in the hot spot, Tory Lanez brought his radio podcast back, and I'm going to tell you all about it up next. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. The hot spot.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
So hot.
Catch me at the hot spot. It's the BR18.
Brad, I'll be waiting on that part. Who is that? Where did they pull that from?
I think that's and that's hot. I think
is that Lil' Kim?
I think that's Lil' Kim.
That's what I thought. That's crazy. And then that song, wait a minute. All right, Brad, I'm going to let you go. The wake-up calls that we do, I heard the original song. I'm like, wait a minute. I didn't know that came from that.
Yeah, my boy R. Fisher put that together for me. I was like, I want something grooving and skatish and grown folks.
And that's the station that came on Groove. All right, Brad, what you got this morning?
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brett Tata. This is the hot spot where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into this thing. On Halloween, Tory Lanez hosted another season of his quarantine radio and his Instagram Live series that features music, girl twerking, and at one point he broke a record for the Instagram Live viewers. So the return of the show itself was significant because it was the first time Tory had brought it back since he was charged on October 8th for allegedly shooting Megan Thee Stallion. Now, during his Instagram Live, he was interrupted and he added a guest onto his live whose screen was blacked out. When a person joined live and said, "You shot Megan Thee Stallion. You shot Megan." So Lanez probably exited the person off the screen and said, "Hold on, I need to fix this. I need to fix this, ladies and gentlemen." So I guess he just cut him off, and I don't think he said anything after that. He just went on with his show like nothing happened. Anyway, y'all, moving on. Kanye West took out a 2-page ad in the New York Times on Friday, and he called the letter Dear Future. In the letter, he wrote, "In our future, we will heal, HEAL, hold everyone accountable to love." He said, "Our happy, healthy future looks like the new Garden of Eden, with children running and the elderly brimming with joy on how beautiful our world has become." Meanwhile, he posted a promotional clip for his Yeezy Christian Academy on Twitter last week with a similar message. And last but not least, our boy Dave Chappelle is set to host the first post-election episode of Saturday Night Live on November 7th. Now, his last time hosting Saturday Night Live was November 12th of 2016, and that was the weekend after that year's presidential election. So I'm sure he's going to be funny as hell and do a great job. All right, y'all, that's going to wrap up the hot spot. Coming up next, we got Rock T's Joke of the Day. And we got the wake-up calls. Hit us up, y'all. 1-866-9-RICKY. That's 1-866-9-RICKEY. The time now is 27 minutes before the top of the hour. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is about that time. Joke of the day. Joke of the day. Joke of the day. All right, Rock, it's got to be funny. It's Monday. If it ain't funny, Donald Trump gonna win.
Come on, Rock, be great.
Please, Lord Jesus.
What do John the Baptist and Winnie the Pooh have in common?
What do they have in common?
Their middle names.
No, man.
Brought to you by Make America Great Again.
Chappelle should use that on Saturday Night Live. That was hilarious.
Gary.
I'm still trying to figure it out. How in the hell they middle names the same?
Winnie the Pooh, John the Baptist.
Oh, Lord.
Chance the Rapper. The Brat.
What's up?
Get out of bed.
The Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
The Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Hold it. He's half man, half woman. It's Gary. I want to hip you to the T. It's Gary, baby.
Gary has the tea and the clue of the day. What up, Gary?
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Monday, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. Beyonce's nephew, little Julie Smith, y'all. Everybody's saying that he is growing up fast. And a lot of people saying, is he going to be a big star, honey, like his aunts and his mama? Well, it's being reported, y'all, that he did his first ever radio interview. And people were surprised, y'all, with some of the things he had to say to be, knowing that he's one of the members of one of the most famous family in the world. Now, they're saying, y'all, that Julius was asked a couple of questions, and he kind of, answered them as well as he could. Like, one, what was his favorite song from his mom? And he said Almeida, which I hadn't heard that song yet. And they also asked him about, the song, that his aunt wrote that he really liked. And he said it was Lemonade. But people were really talking about it when he said that, one day he met Quavo. He said he met Quavo, y'all, for the first time ever. And he said, honey, when he met Quavo, he said, he met him a few times after, and Quavo tried to act like he didn't even remember him. And a lot of people saying, honey, he come from Beyonce and them family. How could Quavo even do something like that to this child? And celebrities do that to other celebrities' kids?
Quavo probably meet 1 million people in a month.
Right.
But he should have known Julius. That's Beyonce's nephew. I mean, you don't know who Julius is? I mean, you didn't met this child before.
It's Jules.
Julius, whatever it is, he met him, and he played like he didn't know him. And I thought that was kind of, mean. That's a child. He's only 14 years old.
Just can't remember all these folks. You meet so many people.
Yeah. Well, he should have remembered that was.
He might remember his face, but don't know where he remember him from.
Right.
Well, that hurt the boy, honey. He said, now one time, he was the only time he was starstruck when he met LaBelle. He said he loved Patti LaBelle when he met her and stuff, but he was a little hurt when Quavo tried to play like he didn't remember him.
It's all black folks feelings stay hurt just because you don't remember it. Ain't never seen a race of people who feelings stay hurt over anything. Do you remember me? No, man.
Met you in 94.
Met you in 94. I was sitting on the third row of your show. I paid money to come see you. I can't believe it.
You don't remember me? I waved you down and I said, hey, you hugged me.
That's how y'all get when y'all make it. Don't get me started.
Lord,
feelings stay hurt.
You know how many
folded up ass, boy. Brett, you got to laugh at him. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna sit in your face. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am, I do not remember. Since you want to ask, but then you're doing that, but putting people on the spot when you ask them that. And sending their brain in a, what do you call it, Brett? When they send your brain in a
frenzy, child.
A frenzy trying to, like, I know you from, like, I'm not doing that.
And you be sitting there looking confused trying to think.
It was my birthday.
Yeah, you want me to lie just to make you feel good.
Yeah.
It's like, no, ma'am, I don't. Tell me who you are and let me try. Just tell me where did we meet.
Sometimes ain't no time for that. And you still got to try to recollect.
Well, another time, y'all, people were a little hurt for Jules. They said, honey, he said that Beyonce picked him up from school just one time. So, I mean.
You know what? I'm not doing this with you, Gary.
Gary just trolling now.
No, they said Beyonce picked him up from school one time. And he said his cousin Blue Ivy beats him up all the time. And he said Kelly Rowland's son does not look like Blue Ivy. So there you have it. So, I mean, it's very interesting. It's very touching, y'all. So let's, keep him lifted, honey, in prayer. All right, moving on in other celebrity news, y'all. Meg Thee Stallion, baby, her ex-friend, Miss Kelsey Nicole, she revealed this, y'all, on social media that she plans to tell her side of what happened that night when Meg was allegedly shot by Tory Lanez back in July. Now, she said during an Instagram live, she said, quote, I got on here, y'all, to let y'all know that I know it's a lot of questions and things going around, and y'all want to, honey, get to the bottom of it. She said, but I've been contemplating on how I was going to do this. Obviously, y'all, I don't have a team behind me. She said, they got teams. She said, clearly, these are two celebrities, so if I speak out, of course, they're going to spin the stories. And she also wanted to say, y'all, that this is just the beginning. She said, it's still court dates going on, and I don't feel like I have to come on here and tell y'all all right away. She said, but I don't owe y'all nothing, but I will. But what I will do is I will be clearing my name, unquote. She going to wind up, I hope they don't find her floating, because, she talked on this man and this woman, and she said they got teams. Y'all know y'all got teams. And, when people got teams, the other person don't have no team, that's not a good look. That's not a good look.
How did you find somebody floating though, Gary?
Because Ricky, this child, honey, if she come out and speak and say that boy allegedly, quote unquote, shot that girl, and honey, he got teamed and she ain't got nobody. You know how the game is played, honey. How y'all rich people do, honey. Y'all get people that don't have no money. So
you don't watch Empire too much.
So let's keep Nicole lifted. Because I feel bad for that child, honey. She been said something wrong, and then before you know it, honey, she gonna be missing. Y'all know how y'all have people missing. But anyway, we're just gonna keep her lifted.
Nobody on this radio show got nobody missing.
Collier today, honey, is one of my favorite Colliers. My Collier today is House 2. On the high end, you say House 2. And on the low, you say pink and white, baby. That's your Collier for the day, honey. And I'm through with that one.
Y'all give it up for Gary with the T. All right. Come on. 24 minutes after the hour, wake up call. Let's go.
Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's time to get yourself together. Cause he woke you up this morning, slid you in your house shoes, so it be better. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Encourage each other and be productive. The Rickey Smiley Morning Show, wanna know where you calling from, so come on and tell us and just wake up.
Hey sir, this is your mom, Trellis, calling from Gainesville, Florida. Guess what? We love you and ain't nothing you can do about it. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
Hey, my name is April. I'm calling from Houston, Texas, and I want to tell my children, wake up, wake up, wake up.
This is Erin from Gainesville, Florida, and I want to wake up my baby daddy, Byron, in Atlanta, Georgia. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, Richmond. Yo, TC, everybody down in Richmond, wake y'all's ass up.
This is Monique from Grand Rapids, Michigan, and I just wanted to say to my husband and my daughters, wake up, wake up, wake up.
Whole gang of cities tuned in, lock in. What's yours? Cause we gon' let them know. Come on, Huntsville, wake up. Chattanooga, wake up. And Shreveport, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Where you at, Jackson? Wake up. Savannah, wake up. And Charleston, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
All right, y'all. This segment is being brought to you by National Vision. Appreciate that, rap.
You welcome, Rickey.
Hey, it's Kamala. Hi.
Hey, Senator Harris, how you doing?
Very well. How you doing?
All right, this comedian Rickey Smiley. Welcome to the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Thank you. It's so good to be with you.
Glad to have you. Ladies and gentlemen, she is currently running for Vice President of the United States in one of the most controversial elections in history. Please welcome Senator Kamala Harris.
Oh, thank you. It's great to be on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Glad to have you. Welcome to the room of the Omegas, member of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated.
Well, I congratulate all of my Q Psi Phi brothers for the leadership that you provide everywhere and across the nation and across the world. So greetings.
Absolutely. A beautiful Sarah, member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. Thank you so much for calling us this morning. And we know that you're in the middle of a confirmation hearing, Amy Coney Barrett, but I'm going to skip that question because we already know they're going to confirm her. Let's get down to the meat. Okay. All right, early voting is breaking records in some states already, and now people are talking about possible voter suppression, like in California with the unofficial ballot boxes that Republicans have put out, around the state. How can we ensure that our votes are counted?
Well, first of all, it's critical that everybody vote early. And so vote by mail, if you can vote by mail in your state and get that in. Drop off your ballot at a drop box if you're in a state that has drop boxes. And if you must vote in person, vote early. And you can go to iwillvote.com to find out and make sure that you're registered and to find out the polling place that is closest to you, but also find out about instructions on how you can vote by mail. But again, Rickey, I'm just encouraging everybody to vote early because we want to make sure everybody has a plan to vote. Let's not leave it to the last minute.
Right.
Put it on your calendar and just make it happen.
Right.
But I've been getting photographs and text messages from friends all over the country. In particular, in the last day, I've been getting a lot from folks in Texas and Georgia who are standing in those lines. They've been showing me pictures of the lines, but people are in a good mood. They're visiting with each other in line.
Right.
And it's so worth it. It's so important.
It is important. And, your road to this moment has taken you places most will never understand. Being a woman, being black, and a prosecutor, what challenges have you faced that you feel will help you govern?
Yeah, well, look, there is so much at stake, Ricky. And, even when you were talking about the Supreme Court, one of the biggest things that is at play in this election in terms of who wins is going to be access to health care.
Absolutely.
Access to health care. This coronavirus has killed over 210 million people, and we are looking at over 7 million cases, almost 8 million cases of people who have contracted the virus, and the people who are most vulnerable to it are folks with pre-existing conditions. We know black folks have 20% more likely to have asthma, 40% more likely to have high blood pressure. Black women 3 times more likely to have lupus than white women. We have so much at stake when it comes to access to health care. President Obama and Vice President Biden passed the Affordable Care Act, called Obamacare, and these Republicans have been so obsessed with trying to get rid of whatever Barack Obama created that they're in court right now trying to get rid of the Affordable Care Act. On the other hand, Joe Biden is saying, we'll keep it and we'll expand it because it brought access to health care for over 20 million people.
Right.
And so this is one of the things that's at stake right now.
Right. And being a graduate of Howard and a member of the Divine Nine, what plan does the Biden-Harris administration have to assist the black community and help HBCUs continue to thrive? And I went to Alabama State, by the way.
I went to Howard University. By the way.
We know.
Those of us who go to Howard are very proud.
I know, right? Y'all are everywhere. You, Taraji, Anthony Anderson. Anthony Anderson just pledged Q, so. He did.
Oh, I didn't know that. Good for him.
So Anthony,
yes, but he is also a proud Bison.
Right. So Anthony Anderson, D.L. Hughley, same line. They line brothers, and George Clinton. So so we doing.
How about that? How about that? You know who else is Attorney Ben Crump.
Absolutely. That's my friend. See, I love the fact I love this interview because I feel like we're from the same place. It's something about that Divine Nine,
So here's the thing. So Ricky, I when I gave my acceptance speech to be on the ticket after Joe asked me to run with him, I gave my acceptance speech and I said, and family is very important to me and the way I define family, and I went on the different ways of who is my family, and I said, and my Divine Nine, brothers and sisters. But wait, and all these reporters were looking at each other, the ones who normally cover, the White House, looking at each other, and they were like, what is that? And I was like, you're about to find out.
I was waiting. And so that debate, which I thought was awesome. What was going through your head when you saw the fly?
I have to tell you, I did see the fly. I did see it. And I just assumed it would fly away because it was a fly. I didn't want to embarrass the man, right, and make a deal out of it on the stage because there was too much to talk about, like the fact that they're trying to get rid of people's health care.
Right.
But it certainly was. I guess it turned out to be something that people talked about. But there was so much at stake. I mean, seriously, they're trying to. They're rolling back the clock on all of these rights. I talked about the fact that Donald Trump was on the debate stage and wouldn't condemn a white supremacist.
Yeah,
right.
That's scary.
I mean, had double down on it by saying, stand back and stand by, and that was on the heels of what he did around Charlottesville, which is to refuse to condemn neo-Nazis who were, spewing racial slurs and anti-Semitic slurs, and this is actually Joe Biden was so outraged by Donald Trump saying fine people on both sides That's what got Joe in the race, to stand up and fight for the fact that you can't have a president of the United States condoning or saying that white supremacists are equal to peaceful protesters.
Right. Do you think that outrage moderate Republicans and conservative Democrats and just like people that just kind of, do you think that okay, we got to get this guy out of office because we're going to put the principles of the country before party?
I do believe that. I really do. I believe that, look, we all know that our country is without any question a work in progress. We hold dear the ideals on that Supreme Court that say equal justice under law, but we know we have not yet achieved that ideal, but we fight for it, right? And I think that people, regardless of if they're a conservative Democrat or a moderate Republican or anybody else, they want to believe that their president conducts themselves with dignity and with grace and with some acknowledgement of the seriousness of the position to elevate the people and to speak to, our better angels. And we've not seen that in Donald Trump. We've seen someone who has been absolutely, from my perspective, incompetent. At that debate, I said that we have witnessed the greatest failure of a presidential administration in the history of our country. It has been the greatest failure of a presidential administration. And you can't deny it when we're looking at over 215,000 people who have just died in the last several months. But the man still refuses to take seriously the coronavirus and tell people to wear a mask.
Well, thank you so much for your time. We know you're running. We are so happy to have you on this show. Real quick for free. So Saturday night, you at home, you put in your CD. Are you choosing Atomic Dog or Set It Off?
Atomic Dog.
Hey!
Atomic
Dog. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Wow, wow, wow. You feel.
Thank you so much for this interview. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all give it up for Senator and future Vice President of the United States of America, Kamala Harris, y'all.
I'm Joe Biden, candidate for president, and I approve this message. Paid for by Biden for president.
This is George Grace, 37 Grand Boss of Omega South Africans Incorporated. I want to give Senator Harris a shout out, and she just gave us one, and I want to let her know she's a credit to the African American community and more so black women. I'm so proud of what she's doing and how she's handled it. And we can't change anything in this country until everybody gets out and voice their opinion on election day. This is George Smith with Omega South Africans, and I want to thank Senator Harris for all the things that she's done for not only black folks in America, but also for America itself. Senator Harris, thank you so much for running. You have our support, and we want to let you know that we as Omegas are behind you 100%.
This is Tony Grant, Spring 81, Zaza chapter, South Carolina State University. My objective is to say to Senator Kamala Harris, we urge everybody to get out to vote. We're behind you, and we're praying for your successful election.
This is Doug Nash, the Kappa Beta Russ College, Spring 92. I just want Kamala Harris just to know they strong, my sister. We're going to make this thing happen. We appreciate it. Root to the Q's, root to the Br's, root to the K's, and all the rest of the Divine Nine. Peace out.
There it is, y'all. Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Wow. She started singing Atomic Dog, man. I'm tripping So I just interviewed Senator Kamala Harris, and she said, Atomic Dog. Then she said, bow, wow, wow, yippee, yo, yippee. Ah! Oh, yeah, she won me over with that one. Make sure y'all get out and vote. That's that nigga Terrell up there throwing the cap outside, throwing the yos. Oh man, that made my day right there. That's awesome, man. To interview the first potential African American HBCU graduate, Vice President of the United States of America. That was awesome. I'm sitting in one of the greatest moments of my life. That was what a pleasure. What a pleasure. What a pleasure. And we pushing, man. If they win, man, she will become the first black Vice President of the United States.
Yeah, man, of course.
There it is. I appreciate that. Black Tony. Hey, appreciate you, man.
Hey, what up,
Hey, holla at your boy, who you recommended, John Lion, Black Tony.
Huh? Hey, what's up, John? What's going on?
I mean, I already know we here at work just waiting for you.
Hey, John, I'm listening to your mix, Shawty. You know Gucci Mane dropped a new album, right?
Yeah, my big up Gucci.
I'm just saying, Shawty, you need to do that whole album on the mix, Shawty. I ain't threatening you or nothing, but I'm just saying, if you don't do it, something might happen to you, cuz.
I'm with you, Black Tony. Yeah, John Lion, why Goo-Wop don't ever get no love, bro?
I'm just saying, Shawty, do what you need to do, Shawty. Ain't no threat. I'm just telling you, Shawty. Something might happen to you if you don't get that straight. Hey, look, Rick. Hey, look, Rick.
You know how Black Tony feel about Goo-Wop?
Yo.
When Gucci collaborate with Frankie Beverly Amaze, I got you in the mix. Don't even worry about it.
He was on BT Award the other night. He turned it out. So he was the star of the show. He looked good up there too, but no homo. Hey, look, I'm talking about no homo. Hey, look, hey, folks, look, listen up. I'm out here doing my thing. I ain't gonna be at work today. I'm out here registering for the vote.
Come on now, Black.
I'm really gonna vote register to vote.
Where y'all got voting set up at, Black Tony?
No, Shawty, we taking folks over here to East Point. And look, Shawty, what we doing? I'm getting all the J's. I got all the J's, all the wino, all the drunk. I clean all these folks up and getting them over there to vote. Shawty, I'm registering folks so we can get them out there to vote. I know how you say that's important. So look, Shawty, and I got a bunch. Look, Shawty, I'm gonna get them to the front of the line too, Shawty, because we stole 37 wheelchairs from down at the hospital. And we're going to put them out in a wheelchair and let them get in front of the line so they can vote for Joe Biden.
Yeah, Joe Biden. Yeah,
and that lady was running with this. She used to be on the Bill Cosby show.
No,
that play it white. That's the same one. That's the same lady.
Kamala Harris, you talking about, who you talking about, Brett?
Felicia
Claire Huxtable.
That ain't no damn Claire Huxtable, Black Tony.
Sorry, that is the same lady. What the hell you talking about? Boy, you stupid.
Hey, bye, Black Tony. All right, I'll see you tomorrow.
That's why you...
Hold it. He's half man, half woman. It's Gary. I want to hip you to the tea. It's Gary, baby.
All right, Rickey Smiley Morning Show, 5 minutes after the hour. Gary has the tea and the clue of the day. What up, Gary?
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Monday, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. Nelly, y'all. Rapper Nelly says, y'all, that he and his beautiful girlfriend, Miss Chantel Jackson, are working towards engagement, y'all. Now, he told Entertainment Tonight that Chantel is great and really dope. He also said, y'all, that we have a great time and we understand each other. He continued that I would not want my life to have I would not want my life to not have Chantel. And he said, now, we've been seeing each other now for 5 or 6 years. He said, anytime you can connect with somebody like that, it works out for the long run, y'all. He said, she's sweet. She's beautiful, and more so, we got to know each other, honey, and she's just as beautiful inside, unquote. 6 years.
You know what I love about that?
What?
I love that Nelly said we working towards engagement.
Working toward engagement? How dare you? And you done been with him, damn it, for 6 years. And you're working toward engagement. Why did he fix his mouth?
Don't do this.
It ain't no damn don't do that. You done sat there and played with this woman for 6 damn years. She done helped do everything
They've been
with
together. They're great together. Come on, Gary.
You're great together. Well, marry her. Marry her 6 years.
Okay, well, everybody ain't got to get married in 2 days.
Well, you're not going to be with me for no damn 6 years, honey. And then talk about we working toward engagement. Well, guess what? You won't be happy and working toward damn engagement. Hell, if that had been Muffy, she would have been married damn it after year 1. It's ridiculous. That's the stupidest thing, honey. We are working toward engagement. Isn't that something?
Play that game, player.
Wow. It's just disgusting. And I feel so sorry, but she probably somewhere cheating. Yeah, I just love Nelly. Moving on, child.
Maybe she's okay, Gary. Maybe she's fine with it. She definitely looks happy.
Well, she looking damn happy. Eva, how long did you and Mike date?
Mike and I dated for 3 years cross country, and I moved to Atlanta without being engaged because I knew I wanted to be with him. We did end up getting engaged and married, but I was in it to win it no matter what. And if it took 4 more years, I would have stayed with him.
Not no damn half a lifetime.
You already had it. You locked him in, Eva. You locked him to them eyes. You got him with them eyes, Eva, in that walk.
Rick.
Eva, how many times you walked in the room?
He said, look like I chew bubblegum between my legs.
Moving on, child. Oh, my God. Moving on, child. All right. All right, baby. Oh, Lord. Moving on, baby.
You raised the Doublemint twins.
Oh, Lord, that's going to be in my head all day. Even you just run. Even you're supposed to be my little sister. You don't even be quiet. Don't you say nothing else for the rest of the boy.
All the images I had as a saint, honey.
What in the dentine ice just happened? I said, what in the dentine ice just happened?
Oh, Eva. Moving on. I don't even know if I'm going to do my next story here with all that mad.
Oh,
Jesus. My God.
In the trotty, Lord, what in the dentine?
Right? We grown.
Yeah, I'm sure they're going to play this damn tape back, honey, a couple of years from now and going to listen to what their mama said. Oh, my God.
They're going to be devastated. I feel sorry for Eva children. Yeah. They got to go back and they're going to hear it. It's going to come up.
Yes, it is going to come up. You can't erase this, honey. Oh, my God. Quickly, we talked about this.
Defects. Go ahead, Gary.
But Jenny Meyer, she said, honey, Jesus going to have 2 weddings, honey. She said that before. She said, honey, they're going to have a Vietnamese traditional wedding, honey, for Mama Meyer. She said, honey, and she said, Jesus going to do some Vietnamese practices like the tea ceremony. Then she also said that she want some fun throwback pizza after the wedding. Then she said they're going to have a wedding for her and Jesus. Now, is Jesus from Maybach? I mean, Bankhead? Do y'all know?
Jesus?
Yeah.
Didn't he start off on BMF?
Yeah.
Where you from, Brad? He ain't from y'all town or from Bankhead, whatever?
Hey. What in the civil rights violations just went down?
Black Lives Matter.
They really do, Gary.
Gary vote for Trump.
But anyway,
yes.
Even the damn bubble gum and him.
Said that with his lips closed.
You know it,
Oh, man.
All right, but anyway, child, whatever. The color today, y'all didn't vex me earlier. The color today, honey, is houndstooth. On the high end, you say houndstooth, and on the low, you say pink and white. That's your color for today.
Oh, y'all give it up again with the team.
The Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
It's the front page news. It's what's trending now.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Listen, a lot of stuff going on. Coronavirus infections are surging around the country. At the same time, President Trump claims that the nation is rounding the turn of the pandemic. And we got the one and only Dr. MJ Collier here with us this morning to give us the facts and to answer your medical questions. So if you have something you want to ask me, you can call 866-9-RICKY, 866-9-RICKEY. Dr. Collier, good morning.
Good morning, Rickey Smiley, and happy Monday. It's the best of times, Rickey. It's the worst of times because much of the country is in the grips of an unrelenting rise in COVID-19 cases. The coronavirus has at least 9 states that are reporting record numbers and record new infections. As Dr. Anthony Fauci was quoted as saying, we are on a very difficult trajectory. We're going in the wrong direction. And, he says that all the stars are aligned in the wrong place as you go into the fall and winter season with people congregating at home and indoor events are coming along. So, really, let's look at some of the numbers. 9.1 million cases, 100,000 cases diagnosed per day, 1,000 deaths per day. That's actually a rate of a new case every second being diagnosed and 231,000 deaths. So, this is at the absolute worst that it has ever been during the pandemic. Dr. Fauci really just described it perfectly correctly. He said, if things do not change, if they continue on the course we're on, there's going to be a whole lot of hurt in this country with regard to additional cases, hospitalizations, and deaths. So that was a pretty straightforward, comment on what we need to do. We need to make some dramatic changes. We need a national plan on how to address this. And so, people, if you want change, you got to get out and vote for change. We got to get out and vote for someone who's going to take this pandemic on head on, and versus ignoring it and just saying, we're rounding the corner, it's going to go away magically, when that is indeed not happening. We were hoping that once the president had his own infection, that would change his mind. And it did for less than 24 hours. He said, I understand now, but he didn't. And now he's back to basically saying, it doesn't mean anything. The deaths are insignificant and that we are where we are. But once again, disproportionately affecting people of color. Black people, remember, you can catch the virus. You are catching the virus. All age groups. I had a young African-American female who was tested positive last week, and hopefully she made it well during over the weekend. But on Thursday, she, quote, couldn't breathe. I cannot breathe. So I'm hoping that she didn't have to go to the emergency room. She was not admitted to the hospital. We put her on vitamin D, Ricky, so hopefully that turned her around.
Yeah, everybody need to be taking 5,000 international units of vitamin D every single day, probiotic, omega fish oil, and zinc. At the minimum, you have to take those every single day. If you want to talk to Dr. MJ Collier, you can call 866-9-RICKY, 866-9-RICKEY. Call us now, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. We got the one and only Dr. MJ Collier. Y'all really need to be paying attention to this. This is really, really important. The COVID-19 is getting real bad and out of control, and we want to keep everybody safe. We got Dr. MJ Collier on with us this morning. Dr. Collier, you ready to take some calls?
We are ready, Rickey Smiley.
All right, let's go to the first call. Good morning.
I want to know, I work at an assisted living place, and we had positive cases in the past. I want to know, like, when we go take that test, want to know, like, what is on those Q-tips that they put on there when they, put it up? I know, because it's like some type of chemicals that's on it.
No, the Q-tips are dry swabs. They're Dacron swabs, and they have that feeling. However, when I do the test, I dip my swabs in normal saline because I think that a wet swab gives you a better specimen than a dry swab does. But there's no chemicals or anything on there. That's just your own mucus that you're feeling. And so that is a safe test. And the test that you're getting, if you're getting that nasal swab, is the PCR test, the polymerase chain reaction test. That is the gold standard. And if it comes back positive, then you are positive. If it comes back negative, you ought to be negative.
Yeah, Dr. Collier, they don't have no spit test or blood test for coronavirus?
They don't have a blood test. The blood test is for the antibodies, not for the acute infection. And then there is a spit test, but I'm just not happy with the accuracy of that, Ricky, because, it's so many variables as to how you collect that, how people get up a good glob of mucus. So It's better to just get a deep nasal pharyngeal swab. That has been demonstrated to be the best technique.
Okay, you're on with Dr. Collier. Good morning.
My question is, I know that a lot of churches and organizations are doing the temperature checks and the precautionary measures. Is it possible that people can still get the coronavirus even with them taking the precautionary measures?
Oh, absolutely, because a person doesn't have to have an elevated temperature. They do have an elevated temperature once they enact the disease, but they can have viral shedding without having an elevated temperature. That's why even in my office, I stopped doing temperature screenings because it's a waste of time. If a person is obviously sick, then everybody gets their vital signs taken, of course. But before we had a rule before they could cross the threshold, we checked the temperature, and we're just not doing that anymore because it doesn't seem to make a difference as far as a positivity is concerned.
All right, you're on with Dr. Collier. Good morning.
I'm in Orlando, Florida. I work for a company. And if an employee gets COVID and the human resource find out about it, they tell the people, don't tell everybody else about it. Keep it in between them. How do we handle that?
Different companies have different corporate philosophies. Some will tell everybody. Others will just tell the immediate coworkers or they won't tell you who is exposed necessarily because of HIPAA violations. They'll just say that you have a known contact and you need to be checked. That's the most common response. But early on, if one person was tested, they shut down the whole company. And that's what they're trying not to do. They want to keep the companies up and working. So, again, you've been exposed. You get exposed going to the coffee shop. You get exposed going to the grocery store. So there's no such thing now as a known exposure because you're continuously and constantly exposed. So just get yourself tested.
All right, John with Dr. Collier. Good morning.
What do you recommend giving a 1-year-old to boost her immune system, and do you recommend the flu shot for a 1-year-old?
Absolutely. The flu shot is for 6 months old and older. Go get it. It's available right now because this twindemic that we're going to have is going to be a problem. There are vitamins for children of that age. Again, there are chewable vitamins, and also there are liquid vitamins that you can give children, and there are probably pediatric appropriate doses. I would check with my pediatrician and see. But what we want them to get is vitamin D, zinc, and possibly probiotics. So they can get probiotics from eating some yogurt. That'll be very simple for a 1-year-old. But I would definitely recommend that you consult with a pediatrician as to what's the age-appropriate dose. But, yes, definitely get the flu shot 6 months and older.
All right, you're on with Dr. Collier. Good morning.
Okay, hi. My name is Cheryl Pinkney. I'm calling about. I see a video going around. Like Italy found a cure for the COVID, and it says it's not a virus, it's a bacteria. So you can take aspirin with it and some other kind of medicine. I can't remember. Tell me if that's true or not.
Okay, one, the virus is not a bacteria. By definition, it's a virus, which is not a bacteria. Aspirin do help, and because it decreases the inflammation, decreases your susceptibility. So taking a low dose aspirin, 81 milligrams, has been shown to have some benefit. Let's be clear. Hear me loudly. There is no cure for the coronavirus. Even when a vaccine is available, the vaccine is not a cure. The vaccine hopefully will stop you from catching it. But if you still catch it, despite having gotten the vaccine, you're just as susceptible to a poor outcome as anyone who has not been vaccinated. Remember, a vaccine is not a cure. And there, at this point, is no cure for this viral disease.
Special K.
Yeah.
I hit the floor. I was at the comedy club.
No, okay, don't do it.
This comedian,
serious coronavirus.
I can't think of this comedian name. He said, "Man, I miss AIDS."
Miss them good old days of that positive HIV test.
Well, you can live with HIV now. You can be treated, but you can't be cured.
That's all we're saying, Dr. Carr. We're just trying to keep the glass half full.
All right, that's what I want, Special K. You got it.
We just want people to be positive out there. I mean, no pun intended.
One case every second is being diagnosed. 100,000 cases per day. This is absolutely incredible. Vote. Everybody get out and vote and change this. Let's change how we're approaching everything in the country. Let's change how this divisiveness. Let's change this ignoring of science. Let's change this global warming. Vote for change. Get out and vote. For some people, early voting is still going on, but in others, tomorrow will be vote day. Don't be deterred by temperature, weather, rain. Get out there and exercise your right to vote.
I know that's right. We're going to be on it tomorrow, so make sure y'all listen to the Rickey Smiley Morning Show tomorrow, with a lot of election information. Dr. Collier, we appreciate you, man.
And we appreciate you. Remember, these are the opinions of Dr. M.J. Collier, not those of Rickey Smiley, Special K, Rock T, or its radio affiliates across the country and listened to around the world. Go to my website, Ask Dr. M.J., for more information on how you can boost your immune system.
And before y'all get mad and start writing letters, I'll repeat it what another comedian said on stage. That was not my joke. That was on stage at the Stardome. Last Thursday night, the comedian said that.
Just repeating it.
Yeah, that did not come from me. I didn't write that joke. I'm laughing at. I was quoting another comedian. Pull out your pen and paper. You know which one gonna write the letter. Same lady that be complaining. One on Facebook with the blue dress on and the open face gold too. She can't stand out there. I'm gonna find out what the name is, cause she done got mad at Brett for doing the Asian lady. She be hot in it. She be listening every morning though. We just appreciate her on this.
That's the thing. Still listening. Complaining, but still listening.
Yeah, listen to everything. Complaining about everything. Let us know that she listening. All right, hey, appreciate you, Dr. Collier. More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up.
Hey, it's Kamala. Hi.
Hey, Senator Harris, how you doing?
Very well. How you doing?
All right, this comedian Rickey Smiley. Welcome to the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Thank you. It's so good to be with you.
Glad to have you. Ladies and gentlemen, she is currently running for Vice President of the United States in one of the most controversial elections in history. Please welcome Senator Kamala Harris.
Oh, thank you. It's great to be on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Glad to have you. Welcome to the room of the Omegas, member of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated.
Well, I congratulate all of my Q Psi Phi brothers for the leadership that you provide everywhere and across the nation and across the world. So greetings.
Absolutely. A beautiful Sarah, member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. Thank you so much for calling us this morning. And we know that you're in the middle of a confirmation hearing, Amy Coney Barrett, but I'm going to skip that question because we already know they're going to confirm her. Let's get down to the meat. Okay. All right. Early voting is breaking records in some states already, and now people are talking about possible voter suppression, like in California with the unofficial ballot boxes that Republicans have put out, around the state. How can we ensure that our votes are counted?
Well, first of all, it's critical that everybody vote early. And so vote by mail, if you can vote by mail in your state and get that in. Drop off your ballot at a drop box if you're in a state that has drop boxes. And if you must vote in person, vote early. And you can go to iwillvote.com to find out and make sure that you're registered. And to find out the polling place that is closest to you, but also find out about instructions on how you can vote by mail. But again, Ricky, I'm just encouraging everybody to vote early because we want to make sure everybody has a plan to vote. Let's not leave it to the last minute.
Right.
Put it on your calendar and just make it happen.
Right.
But I've been getting photographs and text messages from friends all over the country. In particular, in the last day, I've been getting a lot from folks in Texas and Georgia who are standing in those lines. They've been showing me pictures of the lines, but people are in a good mood. They're visiting with each other in line.
Right.
And it's so worth it. It's so important.
It is important. And, your road to this moment has taken you places most will never understand. Being a woman, being black, and a prosecutor, what challenges have you faced that you feel will help you govern?
Yeah, well, look, there is so much at stake, Ricky. And, even when you were talking about the Supreme Court, one of the biggest things that is at play in this election in terms of who wins is going to be access to health care.
Absolutely.
Access to health care. This coronavirus has killed over 210 million people, and we are looking at over 7 million cases, almost 8 million cases of people who have contracted the virus. And the people who are most vulnerable to it are folks with pre-existing conditions. We know black folks have 20% more likely to have asthma, 40% more likely to have high blood pressure. Black women 3 times more likely to have lupus than white women. We have so much at stake when it comes to access to health care. President Obama and Vice President Biden passed the Affordable Care Act, called Obamacare. And these Republicans have been so obsessed with trying to get rid of whatever Barack Obama created that they're in court right now trying to get rid of the Affordable Care Act. On the other hand, Joe Biden is saying, we'll keep it and we'll expand it because it brought access to health care for over 20 million people.
Right.
And so this is one of the things that's at stake right now.
Right. And being a graduate of Howard and a member of the Divine Nine, what plan does the Biden-Harris administration have to assist the black community and help HBCUs continue to thrive? And I went to Alabama State, by the way.
I went to Howard University, by the way.
We know.
Those of us who go to Howard are very proud.
I know, right? Y'all are everywhere. You, Taraji, Anthony Anderson. Anthony Anderson just pledged Q, so.
Did he?
He did.
Oh, I didn't know that. Good for him.
So Anthony,
yes, but he is also a proud bison.
Right. So Anthony Anderson, D.L. Hughley, same line. They line brothers, and George Clinton. So we doing.
How about that? How about that? You know who else is Attorney Ben Crump?
Absolutely. That's my friend. See, I love the fact I love this interview because I feel like we're from the same place. It's something about that Divine Nine,
So here's the thing. So Ricky, I when I gave my acceptance speech to be on the ticket after Joe asked me to run with him, I gave my acceptance speech and I said, and family is very important to me and the way I define family. And I went on the different ways of who is my family. And I said, and my Divine Nine, brothers and sisters. But wait, and all these reporters were looking at each other, the ones who normally cover, the White House, looking at each other. And they were like, what is that? And I was like, you're about to find out.
I was waiting. And so that debate, which I thought was awesome, what was going through your head when you saw the fly?
I have to tell you, I did see the fly. I did see it. And I just assumed it would fly away because it was a fly. I didn't want to embarrass the man, right, and make a deal out of it on the stage because there was too much to talk about, like the fact that they're trying to get rid of people's health care.
Right.
it certainly was. I guess it turned out to be something that people talked about. But there was so much at stake. I mean, seriously, they're trying to. They're rolling back the clock on all of these rights. I talked about the fact that Donald Trump was on the debate stage and wouldn't condemn a white supremacist.
Yeah,
right.
That's scary.
I mean, had double down on it by saying, stand back and stand by, and that was on the heels of what he did around Charlottesville, which is to refuse to condemn neo-Nazis who were spewing racial slurs and anti-Semitic slurs, and this is actually Joe Biden was so outraged by Donald Trump saying fine people on both sides. That's what got Joe in the race, to stand up and fight for the fact that you can't have a president of the United States condoning or saying that white supremacists are equal to peaceful protesters.
Right. Do you think that outrage moderate Republicans and conservative Democrats and just like people that just kind of, do you think that okay, we got to get this guy out of office because we're going to put the principles of the country before party?
I do believe that. I really do. I believe that, look, we all know that our country is without any question a work in progress. We hold dear the ideals on that Supreme Court that say equal justice under law, but we know we have not yet achieved that ideal, but we fight for it, right? And I think that people, regardless of if they're a conservative Democrat or a moderate Republican or anybody else, they want to believe that their president conducts themselves with dignity and with grace and with some acknowledgement of the seriousness of the position to elevate the people and to speak to, our better angels. And we've not seen that in Donald Trump. We've seen someone who has been absolutely, from my perspective, incompetent. At that debate, I said that we have witnessed the greatest failure of a presidential administration in the history of our country. It has been the greatest failure of a presidential administration. And you can't deny it when we're looking at over 215,000 people who have just died in the last several months. But the man still refuses to take seriously the coronavirus and tell people to wear a mask.
Well, thank you so much for your time. We know you're running. We are so happy to have you on this show. Real quick for free. So Saturday night, you at home, you put in your CD. Are you choosing Atomic Dog or Set It Off?
Atomic Dog.
Hey!
Atomic
Dog. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Wow. You feel.
Thank you so much for this interview. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all give it up for Senator and future Vice President of the United States of America, Kamala Harris, y'all.
Bye-bye. I'm Joe Biden, candidate for president, and I approve this message. Paid for by Biden for president.
This is George Grace, 37th Grand Boss of Omega South Africans Incorporated. I want to give Senator Harris a shout out, and she just gave us one, and I want to let her know she's a credit to the African American community and more so black women. I'm so proud of what she's doing and how she's handled it. And we can't change anything in this country until everybody gets out and voice their opinion on election day.
This is George Smith with Omega South African Fraternity, and I want to thank Senator Harris for all the things that she's done for not only black folks in America, but also for America itself. Senator Harris, thank you so much for running. You have our support, and we want to let you know that we as Omegas are behind you 100%.
This is Tony Grant, Spring 81, Zaza Chapter, South Carolina State University. My objective is to say to Senator Kamala Harris, we urge everybody to get out to vote. We're behind you, and we're praying for your successful election.
This is Doug Nash, the Kappa Beta Russ College, Spring 92. I just want Kamala Harris just to know they strong, my sister. We're going to make this thing happen. We appreciate it. Root to the Q's, root to the Br's, root to the K's, and all the rest of the Divine Nine. Peace out.
There it is, y'all. Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Wow. She started singing Atomic Dog, man. I'm tripping like... So I just interviewed Senator Kamala Harris, and she said, Atomic Dog. Then she said, bow, wow, wow, yippee-yo, yippee. Ah! Oh, yeah, she won me over with that one. Make sure y'all get out and vote. That's that nigga tail up there throwing the cap outside, throwing the yos. Oh man, that made my day right there. That's awesome, man. To interview the first potential Vice African American HBCU graduate, Vice President of the United States of America. That was awesome. This one of the. I'm sitting in one of the greatest moments of my life. That was what a pleasure. What a pleasure. What a pleasure. And we pushing, man. If they win, man, she will become the first black vice president of the United States.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am so excited. We got the one and only National Urban League President and CEO Marc Morial commentary on the state of Black America. Good morning, Mr. Marc.
Good morning, Ricky. And one day to go. One day to go. One more day for people to be able to vote. And I just want to share a few things with people as with one day to go. If you're in Georgia, North Carolina, Arizona, Texas, Florida, and Michigan, and Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. This goes for everyone, but particularly those states. Continue to vote.
Yes.
All the way through the end. Number two, I think it's best if you have a mail-in ballot and you have not put it in the mail, to bring the ballot down to the elections office and drop it off. Or number two, to make a decision to vote in person. Yes. We're going to need to push, Ricky, all the way through the last minute that the polls are open. We want to remind people they have a right, if they're in line before the polls close, they've got to let you vote, and we want everyone to be vigilant. So I want to give out a phone number. We're recording any incident, Ricky, of intimidation, suppression, harassment, irregularities. Go to 1-866-OUR-VOTE. The civil rights community, led by the Lawyers Committee for Civil Rights and the National Urban League, we're all part of this. We are documenting, we are recording, so that we can swiftly act if necessary with respect to any harassment, any intimidation, any suppression, or any irregularities. We have heard cases already that some of that may be occurring. Now, to the community, let us not be intimidated, let us not be deterred, let us not be tricked. Let us not be frustrated. Let us focus on voting the entire ticket. If you're in places like Colorado and Mississippi and Arizona and Georgia and North Carolina and Michigan, for example, and South Carolina, South Carolina, there are very important Senate races that are on the ballot, and you got to make sure before you walk out to find all of these Senate, House, vote the ballot. If you're in a place like California, there are important propositions where we can reinstate affirmative action. So I just want to, at the last moment, remind people that this is not an endorsement of anything, except we have seen one of the most racist administration and racist policies in modern American history.
Yes, sir.
And it's been backed up by an insidious set of 23,000 false or misleading claims over the last 4 years. So we've got COVID, we've got this economic downturn where our black businesses are in trouble. We have racial justice issues. This is consequential. So I just want to remind everyone, we must vote. We must vote. Ricky, we must vote. People, if you're tired of hearing it, get tired some more, because you're going to hear it. Final thing I want to let everyone know, we're going to need to be patient. I do not think every vote will be able to be counted tomorrow night.
Right.
It's going to take several days. We have to be vigilant. We have to be patient. And the message I want everyone to embrace is we will demand that every vote be counted before there's a declaration of success or of a winner. So we need to make sure every vote is counted. All leaders across the country need to protect the vote by demanding in each state, each county, each city, every vote is completely counted, every ballot is counted, and we're going to be doing everything we can to push and to protect. So reclaimyourvote.org for more information. Ricky, this is down to one more day to vote, a consequential election, and many, many issues are on the ballot. On the ballot.
Yes,
so, you've been a great voice, Ricky, all your guests, in continuing to do this. Let's make sure we continue to push until the end.
No, Mr. Mark, I always look forward to this segment. I really appreciate you coming on. You've been listening to The State of Black America with former New Orleans Mayor and Louisiana State Senator Marc Morial, currently president of the National Urban League. Thank you so much for talking to us. We'll see you next Monday, Mr. Mark.
To all the hard-working women and everyday super moms, we got a little something for you. It's Eva's Corner on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Eva, it is about that time. Good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. And it is about that time for Eva's Corner, where I bring you everything, womanhood, motherhood, and the juiciness in between. And today
happy belated birthday to you.
Thank you, Ricky. Thank you so much. Look, I need some help today because I have a girlfriend that's going through something, and she's asked me for my advice, but I need your advice, Ricky, because you're a man, and I don't believe that even though I'm a human and an adult, I can't think like a man. You think like a man because you are a man. So why is it that you men think it is okay to cheat, expect forgiveness, but do not afford that same reality if a woman cheats on you? I just want to know why. My girlfriend has been dating this guy for over 10 years. Their relationship has definitely not been perfect. She's gone through a couple of things with him, and he has not been perfect, but she stood by his side. Now, they're about 10 years and a couple months in. She has now been the person to make the infraction, and she told him, basically, and she didn't sleep with another guy, but she did entertain another man. Long story short.
Did they kiss or did they slow drag?
I think they had kissed, but I don't think there was any, it didn't go further than that. It was just first base.
She might as well, because see, that's what women want. Did you kiss her?
But see, tell me, Ricky, why the double standard? Because he packed his bag. She came home from work and he's gone. They've been together for 10 years.
Yeah, Eva, that's an ego. Yeah, men, and men can do it all day, but they can't take it. Because Gary said all the time on the show, once a woman sit up there and go through all that stuff, with a dude or whatever, but if she cheat, it's almost like you just don't want her. You'll get her back to see if you can get her. And then after you realize you can get her back, then you really don't want her. No.
But why do y'all do
Gary?
that?
Yep, that's
it's a double.
Accurate. Why do they do that? Because one time why women allow it too, because y'all grandmothers. Your grandmother say, baby, that man ain't beating you up and knocking you down and stuff. Honey, let that man go ahead on and be a man. The hell with that. Cheat one time, I'm out.
I'm here for that, Gary. I just saw a post Janae Aiko put up, and she said it's time for us to unlearn the things we learned from wounded people.
That's right.
Oh, wow.
So I'm totally here. I'm totally here for that. What you say, Special K?
I think men are just wired differently and conditioned socially.
That's a cop-out.
That is more okay. I'm just the messenger. I think men are wired differently and socially conditioned to think like that. I just think that's
okay. So which one is it? Are they socially conditioned or are they wired differently? Because one sounds like nature and one sounds like nurture. So which one is it?
I think it's a combination of both. I think men are wired to be a little bit more free in that area. But I also think the social conditioning has led us to think that it's okay that a man gets a few passes, whereas a woman has been conditioned to be, not like that.
Yeah, it's crazy because a man will not, and I'm talking about she ain't even, like you were saying, your girl didn't even sleep with the other guy.
Rick.
They just kissed, and dude just cannot handle it. And
that's a bit much, though.
It's the craziest thing. Wow.
So is it that we need to raise our men differently? Or do we need to? I mean, what is it? Is it something that women are doing wrong?
Don't commit out of all your getting. Get an understanding. Oh, if we're seeing other people, then he just gonna have to be okay with it. With her seeing somebody else. Or if you really love her, you don't need that anyway. And you're gonna try to do the best thing and what's in the best interest of the relationship. Because if you really want her, you're gonna say, hey, okay, I need help. I got some little cheating ways I need to work on. I want to go to counseling. I want to go to therapy, turn my life over to the Lord and just try to do better as a man. You know what I'm saying? Like you really got to commit, man. And I'm telling you, the devil is busy because, man, the minute you commit, walk out of counsel's office, Man, somebody's booty gonna eclipse with the sun walking past. You gonna see a whole, as soon as you walk out of therapy and you holding your girl hand, you gonna see a booty eclipse in the sun.
Just don't cut them eyes.
And you gotta
don't cut them eyes, dog.
Put them down. Yeah, you gotta look straight ahead. That's gonna be your test. Cause that booty, it's gonna get, when you walk outside of that thing, it's gonna get dark. And that booty gonna be sitting right there in that sun. And like they said, do not look at it. Don't look straight at it. You have to have a certain pair of glasses. You see
those horse lines
turn into a pillow of your
face. You got to have some discipline because it depends on what city you in. If you
know what, Ricky?
Miami Gardens or Decatur or Bankhead or South Dallas or whatever. I'm telling you can't. You got to look straight ahead.
You said the right word, Ricky. It's discipline.
It's discipline, but I was also told women get just as hot and bothered as a man does. But if a woman can control
Gary,
herself,
can you open it
why
up?
in the hell y'all can't control yourselves? I mean,
women are the ones
Thank you. You know how many people slide in our DMs? You know how many men are out here trying to flash stuff?
Man, a woman will sleep with a man and cheat on him and then introduce you to him at church like it ain't nothing.
But you know what the difference is, Gary? Even the difference is a woman has been offered that all her life since you've been in puberty. A man has been chasing that all our life since in puberty. So when the tables are turned and a man is being offered it, it's hard to turn down what you've been chasing. You know what I'm saying? That's how most men look at it.
You done gave your life to God.
Women don't have to work for it.
And then gave your life to God.
We do have to work for it. Don't say that.
And got baptized.
Women don't have to work for it.
We do. We work extremely hard.
Got baptized and gave your life to the Lord, and you go home and pull the cover back like, Rev Johnson, what the hell is... What does that remind you of?
The car wash anthem. Period. Listen, man, if you at the car wash and this song ain't playing, there's something wrong, man. Even to this day.
Yes.
Every $6 car wash need to have that playing.
Yes, I used to love that movie. Let me tell you something. Y'all gonna get mad at me, but I don't care. You know what really part I liked about this movie? And Brad and Eva, y'all might could appreciate that. Y'all might. That woman that came through that car wash, baby, had a Louis Vuitton purse in her car.
No, she didn't.
And that was back in the 70s.
What?
She had a Louis Vuitton purse in her car, baby. The girl wasn't even thinking about Louis Vuitton purse, but she had a Louis Vuitton purse in her car. I was like, all right, baby. This girl's carrying Louis back then.
All right, yes. Gary. You for that.
Gary.
Yes, baby. I look back at that movie. I was like, all right, baby. Okay. They was carrying Louis then. So that's what I really loved about it.
I like when they thought that dude that put a bomb in the car, but it was some pee in a bottle.
Oh, I remember that.
I don't remember that.
They was all running.
Hey, we got on the phone the one and only music mogul, entrepreneur, philanthropist, Def Comedy Jam co-founder, founder of Def Comedy Jam, who started a whole lot of our careers, that's for sure, and best-selling author Russell Simmons. Ladies and gentlemen, Russell! Hey, man.
Hey, man, listen, y'all must have had a refresher on that movie because you brought up all the scenes that I forgot. But
right,
all of them, right? Like, but I got, I'm calling in because I'm so concerned about what I'm seeing. I've been telling Eva I keep in touch with her. That's my baby sis, right? And I've been telling her that we have offices in 13 countries, and I travel all around the world. We have one in L.A. and in New York as well. But in the rest of the world, the way they talk about us in America is shocking.
Wow.
It's like they all used to want to be Americans. They all, in Singapore, our main office, I mean, these are smart, sophisticated people, and they're looking at America like we lost our minds.
Right.
And I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You're calling from Bali this morning, right?
I'm calling from Bali this morning. Yeah, I've been here since March, man.
Right.
Not March, the end of February. I got here and COVID hit, and I had moved into my house because I have a house here as well. And it's yoga vegan Disneyland here. Y'all got to come see it. I'm building things and a lot of my offices are in Asia. But anyway, I didn't come back since then. My kids have been here a lot, and it's you guys have got so much COVID, and we have so much respect for COVID here. People wear masks, and there's very little COVID.
Right.
And they went and get a test for $6, and if that test don't work out, I can get a swab test for $8.
Right.
And they respect COVID, and the people are respectful of each other. They wear masks. They socially distance, even though, again, there's very little, almost no COVID. But America, with the leadership we have and the way that they've handled this has been so shocking, and right now we got to get out and do something. And I mean, I'm looking on the bill, and when I think about it, my ballot went through Jakarta, which is the capital of Indonesia, weeks ago.
Right.
But everybody who hasn't voted got to vote. I mean, we're talking about, we out in the street talking about Black Lives Matter, but we're not empowering the prosecutors, so there's no systematic change until Democrats win again. That's for sure. There will be no change. So each time we march, we're marching to push a prosecutor, right? But the reform bill that Cory Booker and Kamala put forward includes freeing for the police unions. That's the most powerful union damn near in the country. And so if we don't change that, we will never change the way the police treat us. That's one. Then we got the women's reproductive rights. Let me see. We got Americans. It was abroad. I thought about. I mentioned it because that's something that's been on my mind a lot. But this ain't the America I know. We got so many issues that are on the ballot right now. Healthcare, equal high quality healthcare, like every other country in the world. Equal high quality education, like every other country in the world. And the way they're going, man, I mean, the tax break that I got, I admit that it's good for me to give to charity and use for other reasons, but I got a tax break. But they promised the middle class a tax break, and they didn't give it to them.
Right.
We need a tax break for our people.
Right. Hey, Russell, what do you say to young men that has been, discouraged, especially young men in Dade County, all the conspiracy theorists and all the super woke, that has issue with Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, that's undecided.
That's how they beat Hillary, man. They made up all this
stuff.
First of all, I know Donald Trump for 30-some-odd years. I was at his wedding. I was on his first date with Melania. And an adversary, the minute he threw his hat in the ring, after 30 years of friendship. Absolutely, 1,000%. We're talking about black people who may have made choices, they thought they were hard on crime. That's what all of them did. Everybody.
Hey, Russ.
News headlines.
Entertainment. Sports. It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, Rick Smiley Morning Show, 26 minutes after the hour. Y'all got your front page. Good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, everyone. I'm your girl, Eva Marcil, here with a quick look at your front page news. So tomorrow is Election Day. Both Biden and Trump campaigns will be in Pennsylvania today, the state most likely to decide the election. And just a reminder that you are not just voting on the president during this election cycle. So the judicial system is also at stake. Some large cities and counties, including Los Angeles and Orlando, could elect prosecutors who are urged against mass incarceration. These candidates typically oppose the death penalty and prosecution of simple drug possession cases that largely affect the African American community. Texas is a very clear example of how tense things are right now. So on Friday, a large group, I know you might have seen this, Rick, a large group of Trump supporters surrounded the Biden campaign bus, forcing Kamala Harris to cancel her appearance in the state. The Supreme Court in Texas blocked Republicans who were trying to throw out more than 120,000 early ballot cast and drive-through election stations in the Houston area, which is a heavily Democratic area.
You know what? They all just cowards. They are totally cowards. Because had that bus been anywhere in Decatur or Bankhead or South Dallas, or whatever, it would have been a whole different result or whatever.
Absolutely.
Because it's crazy. It's the same stuff that they did back in the 50s and the 60s, and nothing has changed, and that's why we really have to go out here and vote. Because I've never seen anything like that where you just attacking somebody that don't agree with you, that's supporting another candidate, and you threatening to kill them and take somebody's life because they're not supporting Donald Trump. That's crazy.
It's absolutely
They're terrified
crazy.
of our votes. They're terrified of these votes, man.
Yeah.
Anything to stop the vote.
anything.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, we did break another coronavirus record over the weekend with 100,000 cases reported in one single day. Plus, do not forget, everybody, open enrollment has began for the Affordable Care Act. So you have until December the 15th to go to healthcare.gov to re-enroll or to get healthcare coverage. Do not forget. All right, that's what's going down in news. For more, log on to the Rickey Smiley MorningShow.com.
Rocky, the hot spot.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
So hot, that's hot. That's the hot spot. It's the BR18.
Yes, sir. That microphone ain't playing this morning, is it, Gary?
It ain't playing, baby. She upset, honey. It's all about the Cowboys.
Come on, Wi-Fi Jesus.
Baby Jerry Jones stepped in, honey. He said, get him. And
all the time on the hot spot. What you got, Brett?
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brad Ted, and this is the hot spot where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into this thing. K. Michelle announced that regardless of her label's pushback, she will be recording a country album and even got a song already written by the legendary Dolly Parton. She said, this is really happening. I've been fighting for this so long for the label to leave me alone. No amount of money or fear can take me away from the desires God put in my heart. I'm ready for what I believe in. I'm a country girl, I'm a hillbilly, so politics can't fill my boots. Okay, girl. Moving on, y'all. Beyonce has opened up about what COVID-19 has taught her. She said it would be difficult to experience life in a pandemic and the current social unrest and not be changed. I have learned that my voice is clearer when I am still. I truly cherish this time with my family, and my new goal is to slow down and shed stressful things from my life. Amen to that. When asked about has she changed as a parent, she said, I have become a better listener. Blue is very smart, and she is aware that there is a shift, but it is my job as a parent to do my best to keep her world as positive and safe as can be for an 8-year-old. She said, I let my daughter know that she's never too young to contribute to changing the world. When I tell her I'm proud of her, she tells me that she's proud of me and I'm doing a good job. It's too much sweetness. She melts my heart. I believe the best way to teach them is to be the example. Amen to that. That is so sweet. Moving on, y'all. Offset took to Instagram to tell fans that Cardi B is lying when she says she don't cook or clean on her song WAP. They was playing around. He posted a video of his wife dressed in a robe and pink slippers, and he told her, you need to stop lying on your songs. She be lying. She clean. She gotta clean. Cardi B told him, I'm gonna punch you in your head. I'm gonna punch you in your head, boy.
Man, I love them.
I love them too, man. People break up, people get back together, you know. I think that is what's up when you just make it all work. And as long as you happy, you know what I'm saying? That's all that matters in this crazy world. Last but not least, T.I. wants to let us know how he helped kill the coronavirus. He has said, so I've researched and I found that COVID starts in the throat. It starts in the throat as a scratchy throat. It's a sore throat before it makes its way and it grows to travel to the lungs. If you catch it while it's still in the throat, you can drink warm liquids. The warm liquid washes it down to the stomach where the stomach acid then will kill it. He says, so let's just say that day, right? The day of my album release party, if I had to come in contact with COVID that evening and it began to develop in my throat, the next morning I would have a drink of some tea or something to let my stomach acid do the rest. You know what I'm saying? So that's my method. That's what I use. That's what I do.
Good luck with that.
That's what T.I. said,
I don't think
y'all.
Dr. Collier would agree with that, but
But I did hear that warm liquids help, but with a lot of other things too.
That's if you're lucky.
And if
just
you're blessed,
just better just wear a mask and be
all
safe
your vitamins
and cover up your
and all
eyes.
that. Right.
Yeah, let's do
Because
that.
I heard Hennessy is pretty good for it too, so I had mine every morning, baby. Okay, this is gonna be my last story, y'all. I just want y'all to know what Trump said about Lil Wayne. He said Wayne wanted a meeting, and he's a really nice guy. He said he's really an activist in a very positive way, and when he asked for a meeting, we had the meeting, and you saw the meeting went very well. Whatever. I'm going to end it on that note in the hot spot, Lord, because I don't know what we're going to do about some of these people, Rick. What we going to do? We can't pray for them. What do you think? Why do you think? But these are like our main huge artists that we love, and how are they being persuaded?
And I ain't watching no more of his movies. Now I'm just going to take my Gremlins tape and throw it out. I was just playing.
Coming up next, we got Chef Jannard Wells with the quarantine cuisine. And y'all, we got the praise mix down. It's going to be dedicated to the legendary great It's the legendary great Bishop Rance Allen. R.I.P. Bishop Rance Allen. We love you. We grew up on you and respect you. Our condolences from the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all, give it up. It's time for Quarantine Cooking with the one and only Chef Janard. What up, man?
What's good?
Boy, I know you got something good today, but it's the day before the election.
Exactly. And look, we got to get them full so they got enough energy to stand in that line and get their vote on. Then, plus, you already know, time went back yesterday, so that means it's officially fall and it's officially cuffing season and it's officially comfort food time. So we're going to hit them with a baked fried chicken, Ricky.
What you say, Janard?
Fried chicken.
You already know exactly. Go ahead and repeat it back for them. Baked fried chicken. See, everybody always want to tell me, man, I don't want to eat no fried chicken. It's too heavy on me. So we're going to hit them with a baked fried chicken. And what you do is, with that batter, you take you some all-purpose flour, rosemary, thyme, some of Chef Janard's all-purpose spices, lemon pepper seasoning, and garlic powder, onion powder blended in that batter. But see, the key is you don't just season your batter, you season the chicken too, because you want the crust to have flavor and you want that meat. After you dip it in the flour and coat it in that batter real good. Get your favorite cooking oil, whether it's vegetable, canola, whatever you like. We're going to fry it for only 5 minutes. The key is just to get that crust on the outside so it's nice and crispy, but don't cook it all the way through, because you're going to set that oven at 375, put it on a baking sheet, pop it in the oven for 20 minutes. And what you get is you get that beautiful fried, crispy, crunchy crust on the outside.
Snap.
But then you bake all that grease out. So now you can eat it guilt-free.
That's what I'm talking about.
Man, that's some baked fried chicken. Damn, Chef Janard, how can we find this awesome recipe? Because I'm cooking that today. I know Eva is.
Exactly.
Already know. I'm writing it all down.
Chef Janard's hot sauce. Hot sauce to get into it. But see, they need to go on over there to that Rickey Smiley official page and watch the whole exclusive video. Not the half exclusive video, but the whole exclusive video. Then after that, they need to go and put their dress clothes on so they can start standing in line tonight for tomorrow to go vote.
Boy, somebody posted a picture of you with your Mighty Clouds of Joy suit on, Chef Janard. I ain't know you was a Baptist preacher that you preach on the side. What did he say, Brett?
Sweep around your old front door before you try to sweep around mine.
There it is, y'all. Quarantine Cooking Chef Janard, y'all. Appreciate you, man. All right. More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up.